Call me Bucky, niggas lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How a nigga rapping conscious but he ignorant? How he from the hood but still gon' go legitimate? How he fuck a bunch of bitches but they still respect the women? He still rolling this Sonata, he just got the windows tinted. Homie stabbed me in the back and that can never be forgiven. And my palms been itching, man, I like the superstition. You can't have my phone number unless we running up the digits. Let me meditate, I just need a couple minutes. Tryna low by me, my cojones to the big ass. Bitch, I get high. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Bitch, I get high. Let me meditate, then I celebrate. Tryna get the cake, I don't take a break. Yeah, bitch, wait. Grew up in the 90s, we was watching Ricky Lake. We was eating top ramen or a TV dinner plate. Made that couple dollars, so I probably get the steak. Go on out at John and Venice, I told Quinn and I'll be late. Ay, I'm so epidemic, I'm causing epidemic. Put my feet up in the building, bitch, I'm feeling like a bitch, I get high. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Bitch, I get high.
Just killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Bubak left. You don't want to change from the
4-3. Boom, what's going on, people? We're back again for the second time today. Crazy settings. I know. I feel like I'm on a roll today. Honestly, we got honestly saying, "Jeesh, fam, JJ out here acting like little baby dropping hits back to back." It's not even little baby. This is Bird Gang. This is Bird Gang. We got little baby. I mean, you got Ghana. Romz is Ghana. Do you know what I mean? Like moving to the ops. Do you know what I mean? We got G. We got Young Fug. But big up everyone in the building. Second stream of today. Obviously, this one's going to be a bit more straightforward. We got to see now. Obviously, watch Liverpool play. We've got Wolves in the replay. Molyneux season. So back to reality settings. All this talk about hashtag Bring Me the O. We've had to revamp that up. And yeah, I mean, Romz, how you feeling about this one, man?
How I felt about the last one, bro. Just not confident, bro. Not confident. That it's so mad that you're probably gonna ask the generic question later on the show. So is there any way you feel we can beat it? And it's just like, bro, no. Like I don't see how we win this game. Honestly. I think the only way we progress tonight is just by not conceding, then the luck of a penalty shootout. I can't see us winning this game in normal or even extra time, bro. And this doesn't feel nice, but to not know any way, shape, or form how your team can get a result, it's not nice, bro. But they're gonna have, we know signings could just have that natural lift to a place. At the moment, it's not happening with us with Gakpo, but I do. As much as he might not be appealing to everyone's eye, he's been chucked into a pile of shit, bro. But
yeah,
we know normally
it's not his
fault. You know what I mean? But we know signings normally galvanise the squad. Look what Diaz did to us this time last year. They've now got Lamina, which is probably going to galvanise them. Sarabia, I think, is going to get announced either tomorrow or whatnot. But I'm hearing he's possibly in attendance at Molyneux tonight. Konade's recently signed. They look like they're going places with Lopetegui, but I'm worried, bro. I'm actually worried, and I know there's cliche saying magic of the FA Cup. And you know what's mad, JJ? That whether we like it or not, we're the holders, bro. At least get past the third round. Like, I think people forget these are the 2 competitions we won. We're the holders. Have a bit of pride, that. But I can see us coming out, bro. I'm not confident at all. I don't know how you can be. There's no evidence to suggest not to be confident, but that's how I'm feeling, bro. Now it's just hope and prayer, bro. It's literally that's what it is when it comes to Liverpool. Just hope and prayer. Because if we had a manager that showed us in the past that maybe he can adapt, which again I keep coming back to the City game, he did. But if we had a manager that maybe we thought, you know what, he might actually switch it up, I might have some sort of optimism, bro. But the fact we know it's going to be the same play, maybe not the same play, because again, he come out and said there will be changes. You never know with Klopp. Hopefully there is, because I do feel we need change in personnel. But we know the formation will be the same, and I just think the result will be the same, bro. I'm not confident. Not confident about at all.
Yeah,
what about yourself?
Wolves, obviously, it's interesting, isn't it? Because they're on the back of, obviously, a win themselves against West Ham, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, they got past that game. Obviously, the signing of Mario Lemina, Lopetegui being the manager as well, he is going to obviously galvanise this team. The $1 million question is as you said, and I don't know how to answer it myself, is how did Liverpool, like, I hope, and I think people can see it in the title, I hope that it's that, look, Liverpool need to bounce back, and they will. I hope they will. Yeah. I should have wrote, I hope they will. Because I'm not confident at all.
Same.
I'm not confident at all. We're looking at a team that's devoid of confidence. Gakpo hasn't brought in the spark, a la Luis Diaz, as Romz said. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be another problematic game. We're away from home. The Molineux is always a tricky place to obviously go to. It's one of the tricky away games. It is, and it has become over the past years in the Premier League.
You know what, JJ? With that being said, obviously, it's a whole different team now, and again, the players can't really replicate what they've done the last few years. But as much as you say it's a ground that's been tough for us, we normally get. I think since they've come back into the Prem, correct me if I'm wrong, even the people in the chat, I don't think we've even lost there, bro. I think maybe a draw. Actually, no. Well, we have in the FA Cup, actually.
The FA Cup.
But domestically in the league, I think it's 3 on the bounce. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think we normally do well there in the league. But I think one of our early exits under Klopp, I think it was even 3rd round, was at the Molineux. I remember it was early January. So, but it is always tough. I know what you mean. Whenever we've gone there, I think even when we've won, it's always been like a 1-goal margin.
The best game I like to go and put out there is our last game of the season. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to go and win that game, and Neto goes and scores that early goal, and it just kills everything that we're trying to go and do. So look, it is worrying, but you know, it's one of those games. I mean, look, we just got to get through it now. We've just got to get through it. So, Romz, man, how are you feeling in regards to like the argument that, you know what, we should scrap the FA Cup, scrap everything, just play the youngsters and just focus on the Champions League and the Premier League for now, because that's more important?
Do you know what, yeah? Because of how this season has gone, because I've always respected the FA Cup, JJ. Like, I've always said it, the minute you're a chartered team, everyone in the country can enter, bro. Like your pub team to an extent can. Do you know what I mean? I've always loved the FA Cup. So this notion, if you want to kind of play down the Carabao Cup, at the end of the day, they're all silver. But when fans say, oh, it's just the Carabao Cup, Mickey Mouse Cup, even though we're record holders of that, I kind of get when people kind of downplay that. But FA Cup, I don't like that, bro, because I think it still holds weight. Maybe not as much weight as it used to hold, because let's be honest, JJ, FA Cup used to hold massive weight. Like, if you won the FA Cup, your season's already automatically a 6 or 7 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? But I still respect it. But because of how this season is going, this season here, I'm not respecting it as much, because I don't think we will. I'm going to put that out there now. But we need Champions League football, bro, because even with this potential takeover, no Champions League. Are we going to be able to attract the best? No, bro. That's paramount. You need Champions League football. And you know another reason why I'm saying I would probably play the kids and not respect it as much this year? Because we just won it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's eluded us. You know where it eluded us for ages? Because we have just won it. For me, it doesn't have that much importance. But it is silverware. And let's be honest, it's the only thing I'm not even saying only thing we can win, but if there's any silverware, big up G, by the way, just come in the house. But if there's any silverware we're most likely to win, it would be this. So I hear the counter argument. Why not try and go far in it? But bro, Champions League football's paramount, bro. However we get. So to answer your question, for this season in particular, I would play the kids. But I love the FA Cup, man. I always have.
I'm gonna ask the same question to G. I know G just been moving off today, man. Late again as usual. Yeah, I mean, he's another wrong.
Jerry changed the time, guys. Don't even let him lie to you, bro.
Another wrong in the building. But yeah, man, how are you feeling about like this game in general before we kind of get into the nitty and gritty? I'm waiting for Michael to come on as well. So
I'll be real. I couldn't even care less. I mean, we could win it if it just really depends on what he's trying to do. I would use this game as like a experiment almost. You know what I mean? Just try and see what works. Maybe try something different. Look who I'm talking to, but you know, try something different. Maybe try different players. Maybe so we can see. Just maybe if anything can work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like but yeah, in terms of the game in itself, I'll be honest, man. I don't give a two hoots about the FA Cup this season. And let's not also act like Klopp gave two hoots about the FA Cup. Like this guy's been getting knocked out of it ever since he came here. So yeah, I mean, it's only last season being the one time I think we got past. Well, obviously got to the final, but I can't remember how far we've gotten before that. So yeah, man, this is just.
I think it's fourth round.
Fourth round. That tells its own story. 7 years here, and the first time has been. Do you get what I mean? So, as Mark A said, man, background game. This is nothing.
Sorry to cut you, G. Didn't we get to a semi-final and Delph embarrassed us, or was that under Rodgers?
I think that's under Rodgers.
Honestly, I don't. When you said fourth round, that made me think. Yeah, I can't remember going past that.
Yeah, that was Rodgers. Actually, that was. Yeah, embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't remember, but one thing I would say though is, I don't know, does the team? It probably gives some insight into the team I've picked, but when we get into team predictions and lineups, but doesn't the team have to get on some run of form? If you just play the academy players, and like even if the academy players win, which is great, or they lose, whatever, the likes of Salah, Konate, Matip, Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo, the first team, they're still going to be on the back of a loss, isn't it?
And what happens if they lose today?
But you got maybe this is the game that kick start the thing. I think when you have a gap of not playing football and knowing the last time you played you got popped, I don't know how that you probably want the games to turn around quicker than you think. You want to go, and as a footballer you probably want to go and put it right in that next game. Cool. Like as soon as possible. So you're like, can we have a game tomorrow? Like I need to put it back because we got embarrassed. We got spanked. Having that gap, I don't know how that works. What do you think about that?
Because it's reflected, even though I just said everything, my tangent I just said about starting a kid, you'll see my team soon. I still, because I want a result, I've picked a strong team. But you know, your question was, do I understand why people would want to play kids? I get that. But I've gone for a strong team because I would like a result. Even though I know what the outcome will most probably be, I would like a result tonight, man. And you're right, you need to get some sort of rhythm.
Yeah, man. Quick one as well. Once again, I apologize so much. Forgot to send the link, so this video is directed at me.
I fucked up.
Big up Michael. What's going on?
Well, I had to get the bucket hat out, man. We gotta find some luck somewhere. It's reversible as well, so you know what? Because it's away days. We got to go reverse. So
there we go.
We got to bring some vibes, man. It's dejecting right now to be a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, so before we kind of obviously get into it a bit, How are you feeling about this game as well? Obviously, I've asked G and Romz. You.
Honestly, I could care less.
I couldn't care.
And
Let them know, Michael.
I'm always a positive Liverpool fan. Tried to be very positive this season, but after what I saw on Saturday, that's enough. When players literally give up on the pitch, and maybe they just cannot do it anymore, then I'm like, all right, if you guys cannot perform at any level, and you're getting dusted by Sully March, who's a decent player this season, Pascal Gross. I don't want to disrespect Brighton because they've been fantastic this season. I hope they get European football because the way they play football, that's what I like. Right now, we just look out of sorts. We just look all out of sorts. It's like we're going to war, but we're coming with knives. Huh? Against missiles and bombs and grenades. No, we can't do that. That's not how you prepare for war. We need to come with all the artillery. I actually made this comment. We used to be the heavy metal football. You know what we're doing now? We're playing folk music. That's what we're doing on the pitch. We're playing folk music. So when it comes to this game at the Molineux with Adama Traore, what he was doing to us in the in the home game. Look, this is our best chance at trophy. So if we want to win any sort of trophy, we have to go strong in this competition. So it's interesting. What will Klopp do? What's his lineup going to be? Because if he's going to put Doak and Basitic out there, that's what I know. He's given up on this competition. We move on to the next one.
What next one?
But G. So the thinking I'm having with Klopp is, all right, he gets away with the FA Cup and he just focuses on Champions League and Premier League. No. Now, do we have any chance in the Champions League? Of course we have a chance because Real Madrid at the moment, they ain't looking too good either, people. They're looking old like us.
Yeah, I saw them this weekend.
But when it comes to the Champions League, and Real Madrid are our daddies, they own us. Yeah. We haven't beat them since 2009 when Torres dusted Sergio Ramos. It's just like, man, I miss those days. If we had a guy like Torres, man, he was such a good striker.
The last Real Madrid game I remember, this images it's in my head.
Yeah, but
getting whipped by Valverde. So it's scary. It is a scary prospect of obviously going and facing up with Real Madrid. But look, back to this game. I'm going to ask G. Yeah, we looked at this. We looked obviously at the game. We got a kind of an insight into how Wolves are going to play with Lopetegui. Where do you think their biggest threat is going to come from?
I think it will come down the sides again. I think that's where, that's probably where I'm looking at is down the sides. They're very good at getting a lot of bodies into the middle of the pitch, though. Like in terms of just crowding us out, like in their transitional play, because they only had 2 in the middle against us in that other game, but it seemed like they had 5, 6, in the middle. But that was because of they were trying to, make the game as narrow as possible, and then try and hit us on them, on them wings. Use that Traore pace. At times, Jimenez would drop to the wings as well, leave Traore up top, to then go out our centre backs and stuff like that. So I'm thinking more, down the sides is probably where they might look at. I think that's where, as much as we're obviously weak down the middle, I think their strength is down the sides. So I think that's what they're going to be trying to look at. Get Traore running, whoever's playing left back, whatever position he goes on, trying just to see whether he can get some joy from the fullbacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Mike, obviously following on from what G's saying, do you think it's going to be a very similar game to the game at home, or do you think there's going to be some changes?
From Wolves' perspective, I feel like they'll try and keep possession more, because I think they only had like 35%, I want to say. But every time they went on the attack, it looked like they were going to score. And G put it perfectly. They're just going to go down the wings again. If they keep on playing with 2 in the midfield, that just speaks to volumes of how poor we are at the moment. Like, I think it was, I cannot remember the other midfielder's name who was next to Neves. Was it Hodge? Was that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Who was next to Neves? Yeah, so he'll probably be starting in this game. I can imagine Lopetegui, Wolves have been in better form with him as manager, that they will want to make a deep run in the Cup. So he'll probably field a strong side, and plus it's Tuesday, so then they have a couple of days into the Premier League. I'm just worried, man. Adama Traore down that right side. Oh, scary times. He's a terrible at decision making, but just his pace alone just creates so many troubles for us at the moment. So that's my
He's in that
biggest worry.
Nunes bracket. He's in that Nunes bracket where
Yeah.
you see this. It just causes chaos.
Yep.
His
Do you know
favorite
where-
word.
Do you know where we need to be careful tonight as well? Like, other than their offensive play, so your Pedences, your Traores and whatnot, they're quite a tall team. When you go from their midfield to their defense, they've got height, and we've been shocking from set plays this season, conceding them. So that's an area we need to be careful, because if they pack bodies into the box and whatnot, whenever we concede this corner, I'm shaking all through the game, to be fair. But whenever we concede corners, especially Brentford's a prime example. They're a tall team, and they literally obliterated us when it came to corners. So I think that's an area I hope there's been something done in training to kind of nullify their threat. But yeah, man, that's an area of the game I think we need to watch out for.
I got a question for you guys as well, right? Oh shit, I got a question for you guys as well. Matheus Nunes obviously came on in the FA Cup round, and completed more dribbles, more take on than all of our midfielders. Do you guys think there's potentially a sign there that Lopetegui will look at it and be like, you know what, we're gonna go and play him. We're gonna go and play him because we're at home. We've got the legs. We can probably outrun them in the middle of the park. Lemina came on as a sub on the weekend. The fact it's a game on Tuesday, do you think they go and play some of these players, the likes of Lemina, maybe a midfield of Lemina, Nunes, and Cunha, for instance, and see how that works? Because in terms of legs, they're going to be all over us.
Even quality, they're going to be.
Yeah, I think, like it just really depends on how Lopetegui is going to take this game, because I don't think they're coming into this game and thinking we can't win it. Do you know what I mean? It's different if you're coming into it thinking where we might be on the end of a hiding or like one of those kind of things. But I think they're coming into this game relatively confident with the performance they put in at Anfield, especially because that was Liverpool's strongest team. So I don't envy Klopp in this situation, because I don't know whether he goes strong or not. But I think Wolves will definitely be heading into this game and thinking, you know what, we're at home. We might just go a bit stronger this time round instead. They might go with Nunes instead, with Neves and whoever else, Lemina, Cunha, whoever they want to put in there, and just try and shore it up, make sure it's, good in the middle, and then, just go from there. But it just really depends. It really does depend on how Lopetegui sees this game. I don't know who their next game is, so I don't know if that game is then important. They're fighting at the bottom of the league at the moment, so it's just about managing the players' time and stuff like that. So it just depends on him.
Oh, their next game, City.
Let's get Man City. The next game is
so
City.
Then they'll go strong. They'll probably go strong today, I reckon. They'll go strong today.
That's what I would have thought.
Plus City play on Thursday.
City play, there you go. Yeah, and City are gonna. I mean, it doesn't matter, but City are gonna drop players anyway for that game potentially on Thursday. Who knows?
No, they're playing Tottenham on Thursday.
Oh, that Premier League game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the FA Cup. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we got and then after Chelsea, we've got Wolves again. We're back at the Molineux, aren't we?
And then, not even just that, JJ. If we miraculously knock out Wolves tonight, we got Brighton away next round. Look at everyone's reaction.
I swear to you, I've never been
how
Brighton.
the mighty have fallen.
When you're just so fed up, like I'm just so tired of this team, man. I'm just so bored, man. I thought the Hodgson era was bad, but even then I was a bit more optimistic heading into games. Like you never knew, like we might pull out a win just randomly kind of thing. But this is just demoralizing. I'll be so honest with you. How are we heading into the game against Wolves and none of us are sitting here confident that we'd, come out with a win? You know what I mean? Like we couldn't say it with our chest. Tells you where we're at.
Watching Liverpool is like going to school every day.
Bro, you don't want to, but you have to.
Exactly. You got to wake up at 7:45. You got to brush your teeth. You got to make it to class, and you got to do it. And that's the feeling with Liverpool. You don't want to watch them, but you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's up to you. I mean, I will, of course, and then probably fall asleep after the first half because
that's what
it is kickoff.
Like, I know certain Liverpool fans that I personally know, like, I'm going to go out during the game. I can't bear to, but I just can't. As much as they depress me, knowing your club that you love, that all you know is playing, I just have to. You have to endure the pain. That's the thing. You have to just endure the pain, then get on with your day afterwards. But yeah, man.
Marquez, you hit it. It's like a chore. It's like, bro, I don't want to flip and do that, man. That is so long, but you just go and do it anyway, just because you have to.
What, G, are you saying you're putting on your mum's heels settings to get the bin? Those type of chores. Those type of chores. The slipper's too big.
Let's put it this way. I'm going to find every excuse to not watch it, but the likelihood is I end up watching the game. Is the game on TV? Do you know?
Yeah, is it on TV for you guys?
It's on BBC. It's on BBC.
Yeah, it's on BBC.
Oh, God, even worse. That means you have to watch it because now it's on Freeview for everyone. Like, Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
You hate when you're the only big team playing as well, so everyone's
watching. Even the mums who are waiting for EastEnders to come on and it ain't on tonight, they're going to be vexed. So they're going to be watching like it's going to be crazy.
Listen, that's literally going to be me. I always waiting for my EastEnders, and I'm just going to be like, where is it? Like, I think to be fair, nowadays we're lucky because we've got BBC iPlayer, right? You don't actually have to. They've already released it, so I can just watch it whenever. Do you know what I mean? So I'll probably do that. But yeah, Michael, apologies for this because we've obviously already done our team sheets, so you can just obviously add or take away or just give us your lineup. I'll get into G's lineup first. And this is obviously the lineup that G's gone with for today. Now, chat to me because you've just, bar Salah and Gakpo, you've gone whole, and Ox as well, to be fair, because he's a mainstay in our team at the moment. You've gone wholesale changes.
As in, I don't want to see none of these guys like that. That first team, it's for me. I don't see I heard what you said at the beginning about form and all of that. I don't think you'll find it now because of the run that we're currently in. I think you'd find form in a game against Chelsea where you're up for it, where there's motivation behind it, where two teams who are not doing well this season, like I feel that if the first team are gonna do something, they'll find the form in that kind of game. We're running all of these players to the ground at the end of the day, like. Salah, just because I can't think of, unless Firmino's fit, I can't think of anyone else. So I just put him up top. Gakpo, we ain't got, maybe Carvalho, him and Carvalho could swap. Other than that, the midfield, I don't want to see Fabinho. I don't want to see Hendo. And I don't want to see Thiago. Like, it's pointless games that they're just playing. Ramsey, don't know if he's even available. If not, swap him for Milner. Gomez and Phillips, why are we playing Matip and Konate? Because if one of them gets injured, you're going to have to rely on Gomez or Phillips anyway. So how about we just avoid that as much as humanly possible? Kelleher, he might play Alisson, so I don't know that situation. And Tsimikas, he speaks for himself kind of thing. But that midfield three, for me, Ox should be in there. Kate should be there. Baditic. Like I said, there's no point continuously playing Hendo or Thiago or Fabinho. Like, for me, it's so pointless. Like, forget about the form or whatever. Just take each game as it comes. It don't really matter because we're losing with our best team. So I don't even understand why you keep playing them. Like, play someone else. Let's see what someone else can do. Let's see if maybe someone else can maybe stake a claim in the squad. Like, something needs to change. Something needs to change.
Gee, you've just made me want to do a 360 turn, bro. Because my team is completely different to yours. But everything
bro, but it's like...
this is what I'm saying. It's testament to you. Everything you just said is spot on. When I think that, it's like, I have to put out a very strong team to different formation change, which I know Klopp won't do. But I'm just thinking, because this is the only chance of us having a trade, I thought maybe go a bit strong and just go out on a limb kind of thing. But
this is the game. This is like it's a throwaway game, man. Like, this ain't one of them games where, man, there's 3 points on the line. Like, we're fighting in the league. And like, this is the game where you can actually say, you know what, let me, you don't even have to experiment because let's be real. Whatever form, I don't know what formation Jerry or Mike or Romz has put, scrap all of their formations. He's going 4-3-3. So regardless of anything, the reality is, how about we just try different players? Like, we might just get you might actually get a what's the word I'm looking for? A bit of rejuvenation from the team itself because it's not the same guy. Because remember, the same players keep losing. So if the same players keep losing, why not change those players and then try someone like I like the youngsters in terms of they got a bit more to fight for. You know what I mean? Baditic, he's got something to prove. Ramsey, if he's fit, he's got something to prove. Ben Doak, he's been coming on in sub appearances. He's got something to prove. Like, obviously, I just put Salah there, but Salah's someone I would have dropped if we had someone else there. But the centre backs, they've been garbage the last few games. Let's give someone like some. You just have to change it, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same old boring three. Like, why is Thiago like playing all the time?
You know,
When he gets injured, we're the first ones to complain. Oh, he's injured again. Obviously, because he keeps playing. Like, he can rest a little bit, man.
Gee, you've actually come around to the fact. Let me stop using a different formation because Klopp actually won't.
Yeah.
He's got the same.
It's stupid. It's dumb. Why would you do a different formation? Like, if anything, we're being insane by even thinking about a different formation. What's the point?
No, this one I have, but I don't know. Everything you just said is spot on. It's literally spot on.
Yeah, facts. I mean, we got Marquez saying facts as well, saying not trying to watch Thiago, Fab or Hendo. LFC Aaron saying I agree with G. We literally cannot run. Basti, big up to Basti. He's actually asking what's happened with Ramsey and injury.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody said anything about injury or anything like it, so...
You know, and Klopp just kept quiet and not even mentioned it.
Didn't he get sent off in the under-21s game a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, he did.
I think he is fit.
Maybe I'll throw Jones in there.
Wait. Sorry, guys. Did you see Trent's effort on the third goal as well for Brighton?
Oh, I did.
G, don't watch it. Despicable from Trent. I mean, the dude
and
gave
he
up.
didn't.
Yeah, Romz. Yeah.
What?
Again, like I said, man, this team's just flipping garbage at the moment. I'm just tired of watching.
If I'm the manager and I see that, you're dropped the next game. You're not even on the bench. That's the sort of statement you have to make if you're Klopp. I don't care if it's Trent. You cannot. Those sort of efforts cannot stimulate to the whole club then, and that's the problem. We just keep picking the same guys, and we think it's going to change. It won't. So
Well,
might as well just go.
JJ.
Might as well just go with G's lineup. Just
Sorry,
Klopp-
can I
Klopp
quickly
said
change my
yesterday-
lineup and send it to you? I'm going to quickly change it because I don't want you to put up my one else. It's delusional. I'm deep in it now. It's delusional.
Klopp came out yesterday and
Put yours
obviously
up first.
the embargoed like section of that press conference and that, and he mentioned about not being too loyal. This is a game where you don't have to be so loyal, bro. Like, we just got to see something, something different. I know we're playing 4-3-3 again. Listen, you guys already know that's not my formation. That's his formation. But I just have to be realistic in that. But everything else, change it, man. Just something different, bro. Like, even if we lose and I see something different, I'm all right. Like,
yeah, like big up to Scraps. Scraps is obviously saying, look, it's not the 4-3-3 that isn't working. It's the players that don't fit the system anymore. Bobby was the key, and our midfield needs physicality and legs, i.e. Keepin to Ram. Yeah, but that means the 4-3-3 isn't working because you can only use the players at your disposal.
exactly.
So it's not, that's like having, like, do you know what I mean, no target man striker and saying, no, it's not the fact that you can't play long ball. It's the fact that we ain't got the forward to go and play the long ball. But then long ball doesn't work then. You need to go and play another system. So, yeah, it's one of those ones. I'm going to get my team up. It's probably a bit delusional. Obviously, Romz is embarrassed about his team.
I'm changing mine.
I've gone with my team here, and I've gone with a run it back settings. Run it back. So the only change I'm making in that team is Bajotic. I just think he plays. I think he's done well. I think we can change in game. I know Thiago played a bit more advanced on the weekend. If we try to do that again, maybe play with a double pivot. It's an FA Cup game, but I think we run it back. I think the gap between this game and the game on Saturday is enough for this team to go and play again, and I think he will do it. I think he's going to play Gakpo on the left. I think Ox is going to play on the right. Salah's going to be through the middle. I think Thiago's going to be that bit more advanced in obviously in front of Fabinho and Bajcetic, and then Robertson, Konate, Matip, and Trent make up the back line. I think you got to keep that back line steady. I think Alisson starts. I think again we know Alisson is the FA Cup goalkeeper, so he's not going anywhere. And yeah, plain, boring, simple, a dash of salt and pepper, a dash of. Do you know what I mean?
That is just a dash of salt.
You know what, JJ? I'm not changing my team. Just it's embarrassing. I'm just gonna put it up. I will try and go through my logic now.
Cool. I'm gonna get Romz's team up. That's G's. That's mine. and this is Romz's team, and Romz has gone.
Jesus
Romz
Christ.
has gone
That
big.
ain't happening.
Romz has gone big. He's gone bold with this one. They've gone bold, yeah. So he's gone bold.
This is my thinking that we wanted to see a three at the back for ages, at least experiment. But I think give Nat Phillips a shout in this game. I think he needs a run out. He'll actually play for the shirt. He'll actually try. He'll have good. He'll actually run about. I might change Matip for a Gomez. Actually, I think Matip just needs to be dropped, especially after that performance. I know Gomez wasn't any much better, but I would rather go. So that's the only change I'll make. Gomez for Matip. I was thinking of G made very good points, but then so did you, JJ. We need some sort of rhythm now. But the reason why I'm playing Thiago Fabinho and Keita, because I want to pack the midfield. We know they're going to probably pack the midfield, so I want to try and combat that, even though we still know what the end result will be. And then, Robbo and Trent not having to do as much defensively. Robbo can have that license as well with Konate behind him, and then Gakpo and Salah up top. My subs will probably be the Elliots, the Ben Dotes, the Carvalhos, all of the young players that should probably start. But my thinking was just trying to pack the midfield and give it a go, man. That's that. We have nothing to lose. We might as well. But
that was similar to my lineup that I did for the Brighton game. Mine was obviously Fabinho, Thiago in the 2, and then obviously having Chamberlain in the 10, so making that midfield, compacting that midfield out as well. Trent and Robbo are advanced anyway, so we might as well add another centre back, and we haven't got any forwards to even go and talk about. But we lose a forward. It doesn't matter because we've got Gakpo and Salah, and then you have a midfielder making runs in. So Michael, I know obviously you haven't got your lineup to go and show us, but I guess. Pick out of these lineups, pick the best lineup you saw. The lineup you think
I would go with Romz's. We just got to try something new.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start Fabinho or Matip. That's just personally for me. I just think they need a rest. They need a rest. The NHS needs to take him into some hospital and give them some. What is it in English? HIV? No, not HIV. That's the no. What is it?
Not that.
Not that. What is it called in English?
A&E.
A&E, that's it. There we go, man. Sometimes I mix up English and Finnish. But yeah, I think we got to drop Matip. He had a stinker of a game. I have never seen Matip that clueless on the pitch. Usually he's very calm, collective. He looked like a headless chicken against Brighton. He didn't know what to do. Anytime he got the ball, getting pressured. So you got to drop him for this one. Bring in Gomez. Who would I play in the midfield? I don't know.
Bozo FC though. Bozo. I'd rather play Phillips. That's Bozo FC.
Phillips has got to start today.
Phillips has to.
Michael, I don't know if you saw in the game, but the way Konate, yes, he had a decent game, albeit, I guess, but the way he was rushing out, I just knew it's going to cause problems. He was running around. He looked like he got left. He got skimmed by Mitoma. He then somehow got back and got there to put a challenge in, and I was like, oh no, you're talking 5-10 minutes in, and he's up by the byline. Matip is in midfield, he's at right back, Trent at right wing, Salah's at left. It was shocking. So I don't know.
No, we just got to go with 3 center backs. I know he's not going to do it, but we need to give some protection to our goalkeeper. Alisson hasn't been good either in the last couple of games, but without him, I'll say this: we're in a relegation team. We are. This season, he saved us on so many occasions. So, it's so concerning. I just know that I'm going to see Fabinho in that starting lineup. Probably going to see Trent, even though I would drop Trent as well. After what he did on Saturday, drop him and put Gomez at right back or Milner. If Milner is healthy. I don't know if Milner is healthy for this game, but put Gomez at right back and bring in Nat Phillips. The guy just brings effort and at least somebody new.
Sorry to cut you, Michael. JLG, can you get out big up Scraps? Could you get out Scraps' comment? Because this is facts. This is actually facts. How? How do so many men need a break? And we hardly had
it's concerning. We have multiple players
a lot of teams have the same problem.
We've had a mid-season World
Exactly,
Cup.
Michael, as well. A lot of teams
But do you know what happens? I don't want to even get into this conversation, but I'm going to go with one of my analogies. You see, you're in a relationship, you're in a couple with someone, and one of the two individuals within the relationship keeps saying, "I need a break. I need a break. I need a break." How many breaks do you need until it's done? Let's not build on that. It's just food for thought. How many breaks do we need until it's it's enough breaks now. It's just over. it's just over. Like it's just not going to work.
Literally, you know what's funny? I think if you're watching, I'm going to mention your name. Oh, my guy's going through that now. Oh,
Big up yourself, bro. Stay strong, my guy. Stay strong,
exactly.
Bro, stay strong. You know I got you, but literally had so much breaks. And it's like, bro, she said, let's just done it now.
You have breaks, and then all of a sudden you start enjoying the break more than the actual relationship.
Exactly.
I mean, you start enjoying the break a bit more. You start going to LA. Do you know what I mean? You're smiling, courtside. You're enjoying it. I don't know.
But Jerry, to be fair though, like a lot of teams are suffering now from that break. I think a lot of teams look very fatigued. I don't know if it's just the training that they did during the break or the players that come back from the World Cup. But I look at Man City; they don't really look the same. Real Madrid. I look at Milan. A lot of teams are fatigued. I think it's just the amount of games that they played in the last 2 years. It's just accumulating to fatigue is now kicking into a lot of players, especially.
Yeah, maybe so. And speaking of pain and teams suffering and looking fatigued, I'm so sorry, Richo. Like it's looking devastating. Like down on the other side of Stanley Park. He's an Everton fan, watches us regularly. He's saying we're going down. He's already conceded. That's it.
You see what they did to what's his name?
The city of Liverpool in the mud. Jerry Mina, yeah.
Bro,
in the mud.
That's crazy.
No, to be fair to Yerry Mina, he actually spoke with the fans and actually said, they were talking to him, are you going to stay if we go down? He's like, yeah. Now, do I believe that? No.
Hell
no. Leave.
Yeah,
no. But at least
I've
he
got
actually...
Bear Scouters around me. You think I'm going to be like, nah, man, I'm dipping. I'm saying, yeah, I'm with
You're going to leave. You're going to leave. You're going to, when we go down to the championship, you're going to leave.
Of course he's not going to say anything.
Nah,
bro, he just wanted to make it out alive.
Come on, bro.
Did you guys hear what happened to the chairman? Did you hear what happened to the chairman of Everton? Apparently.
I heard about it.
They got in a headlock by one fan.
That is brazy. That is so.
No offense to Everton fans, but if you're already setting off fireworks to Southampton and it's match day 19, I can't even imagine the scenes when it's match day 33 and you're still in the relegation zone because you really got to fight then. You got to do everything. Did you see what Southampton Twitter account did as well? They were trolling. Oh, man. They were trolling bad. They left a review of the hotel. They said it was a nice experience. We got a good sleep. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Southampton Twitter account is like that. I've seen them do that a couple times with the trolling. They love to troll. I like whoever's the admin over there. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah, but Merseyside ain't looking good right now when it comes to football in terms. Ooh.
Yeah, LFC Aaron's rating my accent. No, it's decent. Do you know what I mean? When I used to live up there, innit? When I used to live up there and play alongside Henderson, do you know what I mean? That's I learned it off them guys. But big up Psychedelic saying Burnout FC. Stephen the Truth Seeker saying Bozos. Jamie Cameron, big up to yourself, saying Wolves were robbed last week. They deserve to win tonight. Come on, Wolves. They did deserve to win.
Yeah. They should even be doing this preview now. If we're being honest.
Bro, we should be having a break right now. Just not talking about Liverpool matches.
Pyrex King says a question for Michael. Is Henderson in the Brick Academy? Should Amrabat replace Fabinho?
It's shout out to Half Hope because he has the Brick Academy. If you guys know, go check out his website. I told him put the whole Liverpool squad in there because they deserve to be in the Brick Academy. Basically, it's for players who are playing terrible at the moment. Yes, he should be. He should have a wing for himself. And yes, we should get Amrabat, but it looks like Fiorentina are not going to sell him. That's unfortunate. And he had a really good game against Roma on the weekend as well. Man. Against 10 men. He was 10 men and he actually put in a performance. For 70 minutes. Yeah, so... But I don't think Fiorentina are going to sell him. They're very struck on him staying at the club, which fair enough. They need him.
Fiorentina can be strict when they want to, isn't it? Like we saw with like Vlahovic and other teams as well, isn't it? So, Honesty saying Alisson, Gomez, Matip, Tsimikas, Trent, and then the midfield, Bajutic, Carvalho, Keita, attack Gakpo, Doak, and Salah. But if Nunes is fit, then Darwin in place of Gakpo.
I wouldn't even play Darwin. I would bring him on. I just wouldn't start the guy. I would rather him coming on. I think we need to start not bringing players back, throwing them in straight away, and then sitting here complaining 2 days later. Oh, he's injured again. Yeah, of course he's injured, man. We keep throwing these guys in at into the Lions' den. They've just come back from injury. Like I said, this is a throwaway game, guys. Like this isn't a game where there's not much riding on it other than getting through to the next round of the FA Cup. Like. forget all of that. Just play. I think we should experiment a little bit. I think Klopp should try some new things. Maybe he'll just get. I think he'll just get a better tune out of some players as opposed to playing the same. Because the guys he's normally playing, they're not listening to him. It's evident. I can see it on the pitch. Like these guys are not receiving the same message that he's putting out. That's fine. Let's try something different. Maybe Doak might listen because he wants to get into the team. Maybe Bajatic might listen. Maybe if I don't know about Ramsey, but if he's available, like Keita, all of these kind of players, Ox, in centre midfield, maybe we might just get a different tune out of them as opposed to certain guys in the team, Fabinho's, Thiago. They're not listening to Klopp right now. Like they're not taking in that message. They're just doing their own thing.
One thing I'll give to Ben Doak, yeah. Again, you know how this country will just hype up young players, but the only little credit I'll give him is when he came on against Brighton, it's the most, let's say, energetic we looked. I'm not even going to say we looked like scoring or whatnot, but the tempo was higher at least. That's how down bad we are. When the tempo is a bit quicker, it seems like a lot more is going on than what actually is. But that, and I think he was the main catalyst for that. The minute he came on, he's actually dribbling at players. He's actually passing it quite quickly, and it looked like he was at least trying something himself. So maybe he warrants a start, just maybe.
Maybe. Angel Nat 68 is actually making sense as well, saying without Nunes we are toothless.
Honestly,
find a different way to play.
Everybody can be critical of Nunes when it comes to his finishing, and we all know that. But at least the guy is trying. He's actually playing for the badge because he's a new player. Like I can at least credit him for that. I know his finishing isn't the greatest in his overall play, but the man is trying out there. He's trying to do everything he can to at least get some goals for Liverpool because everybody else on the pitch just looks deflated. They look deflated. They look like they already want to go to get to the summer break. They want to go to Cancun or something like that. So at least Nunes is playing for the badge. That I can respect.
Yeah, Promise Isaac saying, what do the guys think about using the kids in the midfield instead of that jaded Fab, Hendo, and Thiago? It can't get worse than this, innit? Yeah, G. If we get G's line up quickly just for you, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone bold. He's gone young. You're looking at Ramsey, Bajcetic, Doak, Gakpo's a new signing, Phillips as well, Keller in goal. So maybe that's what will work. But will Klopp do it? That's the question. And we don't know. G's, just check G's. Just look at G's body language, and I think that will tell you the answer. Jamrock saying Ramsey has been available, which he has been, which is again.
So why are we not really like? I just don't get why we're not really seeing him. Like, I'm not saying that he needs to be starting games, like so to speak, but when you're not even hearing anything, like I don't really get it.
Yeah. No, he's not even getting Origi minutes. That little last 5-6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's very, very weird. But I'm just so fed up with this guy. But yeah.
Yeah, guys, let's keep making sure we're smashing the likes, people. We've got 130 people in the building and only 54 likes.
Hey guys, get them likes out. What's all this, man? What do you mean we got 54 likes? What type of nonsense is that?
In the mission.
That's what I'm saying.
But big up and Dicker saying, lads, we recalled another keeper.
Why?
Does it mean one of our keepers is going? Is Kelleher going in amongst this whole nonsense? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Honestly saying, a couple questions before we leave. Honestly saying, question, looking back, how do you guys look at Salah since his new contract? I know about G and Romz. I want to actually chuck this question at Michael.
I don't put all the blame on him, but he does not look the same. And if you're getting paid, $300,000 a week now it is? Come on. You have the biggest contract at Liverpool and you're not performing to the heights that you should be. He was fantastic in November, December. I thought he was really good. I was like, that's the Salah we know. Ever since then, I don't know if it's just tactics-wise or what it is, but Salah just doesn't look motivated. I think he just looks like the whole squad. They don't look motivated to play. But he's also so isolated out wide. He's just basically out wide there and he's on an island by himself. It's Salah Island. And he has to try and do everything he can. No. We need to get him receiving the ball in and around the box. We can't even do that. Do you remember a sequence where he got the ball actually around the box against Brighton? I cannot remember. But his touch, bro, it's like a bowling ball at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes I don't get it with Salah. I saw that touch in the Champions League final, ball over the top of his shoulder, and he brings it down like
Yeah.
incredibly. And other times it's like he's wearing, I don't know, he's got wooden boots or something made in like I don't know, a market in Egypt. Like
Tim's.
it's like yeah, not even clogs or anything like that, like wooden boots. Like his boots are made out of wood, and it's like every time he jumps about, it's just like it just rebounds off his foot like a ping pong ball. I don't get it. I don't get it sometimes. He's the most confusing player, like confusing player. One of the most confusing players.
That's a fact.
Undertaker saying Liverpool needs to not bounce back. They should lose to Wolves and drop FA Cup to focus on the Premier League. Yeah, some people are saying that. Violent Clown saying, not saying Salah being good, but to be fair, he still has 18 goals in all comps this season. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Pirate saying, question for Romz. Should LFC get rid of Salah because he isn't carrying LFC?
I don't just want to say yes, but cool. Right now, no. If you ask me at the end of the season, we'll reassess and I can give you a different answer. But right now, no. But all I will say is in the summer, when we did the review, sorry, not the review, when we did the stream on Salah Sign's new contract, I said, we've seen it with the Ozils, the Bamyangs, the Pogbas, the Sanchez. When you get that big lucrative contract, sometimes your motivation isn't the same. You need to understand, this is a player that has achieved everything at us, broken, I think, I saw a stat the other day, he's broken about 17 plus records at us, won everything that is to win. I said, I didn't say 100% he would dip. This is what people kind of twist my words. I said, don't be surprised. It is a possibility. I was told, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. He's been our best player. But I said it could be a possibility. But right now I wouldn't, because I think that'll just be a bit shameless to say. But end of the season, if you ask me that again, the answer could be different. That's what I've got to say to that.
Marion Southwood saying, sorry, Jay, I watch you on my TV. Have to come back to like you. Always from the pool. Big up to yourself for liking as well. Come on, liking. Make sure we're smashing a like. We've got Big Les in the building saying he shouldn't have to carry LFC. That's in regards to Salah. Do you know what it is? He shouldn't have to carry Salah. He shouldn't have to carry LFC. He shouldn't have to. Facts. But when the chips are down, what does LeBron do? What has Michael Jordan done? What has Salah done in seasons gone past? What has Ronaldo done? What has all the Messi? What has Messi done? Like there comes a period sometimes where you have to, when you're that guy, you have to go and carry your team. You shouldn't have to, of course not. But do you know what I mean? Sometimes we need the star player to go and rise up and be like, all right, cool, I'm the star player of this team, and he's being paid a star player package. I think we'd all agree he's our star player, especially from an attacking point of view.
100%.
Yep.
So where are you? That's the question. Where are you? We got Sadiq Edwards, big up to Sadiq saying, can we swap him for Mane, please? Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, to be fair, on Twitter, the actual some of the players saying that obviously they respect Mane. It came out in the Independent, saying that they respect Salah and stuff. But a lot of people thought in and around the club and in the team actually thought that Mane was the better player, and how we got rid of him a bit too quickly, and didn't replace him adequately enough. So look, there's so many obviously like topics to go into, but we're not going to do that today. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Score predictions. I'm going to start with Michael, and we're going to work our way around to myself.
I'd be shocked if anybody predicts a Liverpool win. I'm going 2-1 Wolves. I just can't. I can't. Like I predicted over the weekend, a 3-1 win for Brighton. I can't, especially away from home. There's no confidence, none. So I have to go with 2-1 Wolves. Unfortunately, I never want to go against my team, but the way we're going at the moment, unless we can completely change our fortunes in the next couple of weeks, even if we go away to Nottingham Forest, we play Nottingham Forest at home, you think I'm going to pick a win? Nah, I can't. So 2-1 Wolves.
Yeah, facts. Romz?
I'm going 3-1 after extra time. I think not only Liverpool are going to annoy us, they're going to prolong it. So it's going to be 1-1, and then Wolves will just dismount us in the extra time. But I'm going to go 1-1 normal time, 3-1 to Wolves after extra time.
G?
I'll go with Mike score. I think it'll be 2-1. I actually think we'd score first. I just think they'll come back, but this time they'll come back to kind of win it. But then that might change because of the lineup that if we put out certain players and stuff like that. But I am thinking 155% we are conceding a goal. That's a fact. So I think 2-1 Wolves tonight still. What you saying?
Quick tip for all of if you're a gambling man or betting man in the comments.
We don't promote gambling on this site.
We don't. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help you. We don't promote that. But when you're betting on Liverpool, just do both teams to score.
No, but guess what? We don't promote that yet. Let's not do that. We don't promote that yet. Get the right package. The right package comes in and stuff. We're all good.
They bet 365, man. We're here, man. We're here.
Wait, Albert is saying there's no extra time, so does it go straight to pens?
Go straight to pens, Romz.
Okay, good.
Are you sure that's
serious?
I thought FA Cup there is extra time.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought there was. Maybe they changed it, but
no, I think there is. I think Carabao's straight to pens, but I think FA Cup there's extra time.
On that, just before Jerry, just before you go, give us your prediction. Yeah, what do you think they should do in terms of these? So what? Okay, so the first part of the question: do you think they should just scrap replays? And second part is, what do you guys think then they should do if they're going to scrap like replays if the game's a draw after 90 minutes?
Just go to extra time and go to penalties. That's it. I guess it's a tradition of the FA Cup, obviously, to play replays, but you just see how many players are going down. Like, you just cannot have extra games for no reason. It's just
I miss golden goal, man.
Yeah, golden goal was the
I
thing,
love
man.
golden goal.
I was never around for that rap, but you see golden goal, like, but they just play until someone scores.
Oh, Trezeguet.
No. You get a certain amount of time. I think you still get it's extra time, but it just means
it's extra time, but it's just golden goal.
But it's like if one person scores, it's done. That's it.
It's done.
That's wicked.
Basically, next goal wins, right? Next goal wins.
You're like the savior. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
And you would think that a lot of players
when
would
did
just
they abolish that? What year?
I think it was 2002 was the last one I can remember with the World Cup.
Yeah.
Or no, I think it was in Euros 2004 still, because I think Portugal knocked out somebody in the golden goal. So that might have been the last one.
If no one scored in the allocated time, what then happened?
Penalties.
Oh, cool.
It's still the exact same thing, just with the added thing of golden goal.
2002 World Cup. Need to bring last time I remember that happening. 2002 World Cup.
Yeah.
The 2002. Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember Trezeguet goal.
I remember round of 16, Senegal knocked out Sweden, I think, with the golden goal. That I remember at least.
They need to bring that back. I need to see that.
Cool. We obviously Chris McCabe was saying there's extra time, and then after this round, there's no replays. Claire Dean as well saying there's extra time.
Okay, so there's extra time.
Jamrock saying, "I'm sorry, the fact that Michael in the back couldn't feel comfortable going away to beat Nottingham Forest with the team we have is an indictment on Klopp's coaching." It is.
I was confident, Michael. You know that game and Leeds. I predicted.
Yeah, Romz's chest was high.
I said I think it was 3-4-0, and Liverpool say, "No, you're wrong." Because that was after the City. I swear that was after the City game. I thought, you know what, Klopp's actually changed now. That maybe
it was after City.
Maybe we're going to have a different way of playing, but certainly right.
My score prediction. I'm throwing myself under the bus. I'm probably going to be on here just fuming again. 2-1 Liverpool.
By the way, guys, Jerry did predict a win against Brighton.
Right, and he said the same score.
He said the same scoreline. I'm just letting you know. Don't bet with him. Don't bet with him.
He's got logic.
It has to turn around at one point. No, don't bet with me at all. Like I'm always listen. Don't use me as a barometer for betting. Like there was a bit of a roll where I was like, I was getting into it. I'm always off.
But you know what? He had logic too, because when Jerry first said 2-1 to Brighton, I said, "Bro, are you all right? Like, what's happened this morning? Like, are you okay?" But when he's out, because our form's so jittery and up and down, I kind of got it. But at the same time, I thought in the back of my head, after he said that, I thought...
And in my head, I'm just still thinking.
He's a wrong one. Keep telling you.
Exactly. I'm a wrong one. You know what? We're going to have to actually make some T-shirts, G, and stuff. Like, I'm a wrong one. You know, like that.
If Klopp was to leave, I swear to God, you guys don't even want to know the T-shirts that I've got popping ready just to go, but you don't even want to see them, man. Don't want to see that.
It'll be nice.
Out.
Gio say, Gio say Jerry takes his daily copium. I respect it. Yeah, I take that with my ashwagandha as well. in the morning, just pop it up with some with my breakfast. So big up, man. But yeah, Isaac, I'm not confident at all. I'm not. I'm just talking. I'm talking
Is
because
anybody?
No one's confident. No one is confident. But look, man, that's it, man. You have to obviously to be informed about whether obviously we're going to do a reaction after the game. You're going to have to make sure you're smashed in a like. You got your notifications on. Make sure you're following obviously all of our socials. Before we head out, just G, Romz, and Michael. Just let the people know what's coming up. And
if we get over 150 likes, then we will do a match reaction after the game, straight after the game. Whether I don't know if Jerry's going to be free, but I'll do it if he's not free. If I see 150 likes, because I can see there's over 150 of you in here, so I know you guys can smash that like button, man. So if I see that,
likes, we're on 80 likes at the moment.
I need 70 of you to pull your fingers out your asses, and I need to see them likes slash up. But other than that, if we see that, catch me back here on the Jerry James Show as always. If not, you can see in the username GTV. Please make sure you subscribe, and obviously subscribe to Michael Talks and follow Romz and Jerry on Twitter.
Just to echo that, for G saying if we get 150 likes, G won't be by himself, because if we get 150 likes, I'll be there with him on the match reaction. But yeah, just same old. Just like and subscribe to GTV, the Jerry James Show, and Michael Talks Football. And yeah, in terms of Liverpool, I don't know, maybe like plan ahead, maybe look for something that will make you happy after the game, or maybe a hobby.
Love Island. I love Island.
I was going to say, just catch Love Island afterwards.
Love Island. Or maybe if you don't watch Love Island, I don't know, maybe just if you've got a local restaurant that's open late, or just, I don't know, man, just something to bring your spirit back up.
Oh, guys, I'm just trying to echo again, before I let Michael obviously plug himself as well, is like the GTV and the Jerry James Show are the same. They're linked channel. So you'll see when we're on the route to 1K, but when we get to the 1K, you're going to see a complete revamp. But what it is if you want to go and kind of know what we're going to be talking about on the lives with you guys, and you want to kind of get some insight into why we're talking about what we're talking about, make sure you're subscribing to GTV. Like, it just doesn't make sense not to. Because, yes, my name's on the show and G's name's on the show, but it doesn't mean it's his on my show. This is our show. So it's all of us on the panel, and it's all of you guys in the building as well, because we wouldn't be here without you guys. Like, the reason why we have these comments and we have the likes of Sean Dock and stuff coming on, and Chris Jamrock, all of these people, Iram, that disagree with us, is because this is our channel. This is a platform where anyone can go and voice. It's not ultra left or ultra right. It's just whatever's going on, and we're just vocal about our opinions. So make sure we're going and obviously subscribing at GTV. Michael, the floor is yours before we head out, man.
Yeah, man. At least I'm gonna watch Napoli tonight, so that will be my second screen.
Who they got?
They got Cremonense. It's, I think.
Oh yeah, is it an all-female officials for tonight's game? Yeah, I think it's an all-female officials going to be for tonight's game. I think I saw that earlier on.
Because I got one iPad, and then I got two computers, so I can watch all the games at the same time. That's how I usually do it on the weekends. So then I don't have to watch Liverpool only. So then my eyes don't bleed.
That's why you're always coming on here smiling and that. You know you're seeing
because I can't bear myself to only watch Liverpool nowadays. Not even in the past. Even when Liverpool were good, I was watching all sorts of football. But yeah, man, just catch me on Michael Talks Football if you want to keep up with everything football, not just the Premier League. Keep up with your Eredivisie, Benfica, Napoli, all the good stuff, man.
Make sure, guys, please.
There we go.
By the way, guys, that guy, the Benfica, the player that they signed, that Andreas Schildrup, we were linked to him. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah, we know. It's crazy. But look, man, it's been obviously the Jerry James Show. Make sure we get to those 150 likes. Big up to everyone that's been subscribing as well, because we're on 820 now. So like we're close to that.
We're on 820.
We're on 820. We're on 820.
Yeah.
We're close to that 1K. Once you get that 1K,
like 50 subscribers in the last 2 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. Come on, guys. You guys are doing big things, man. Thank you, everyone.
That's what I'm saying. We're growing. We're popping at the moment. So look, man. Yeah, make sure we're just sharing as well. Make sure we're growing and subscribing as much as possible, liking as well. Get 150 likes so we can actually get that reaction. So we're going to go and check. So before the game, we're actually going to check. If it's 150 likes, forget the views. 150 likes, cool. We're there, man. But look, it's been the Jerry James Show. It's been the preview, and we're out, people.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing.